Father Ian. I've been here now for almost 8 years. When I arrived, the church was very much on retreat from the world, with bars and bolts across the doors and the windows. I challenged the parish to reconsider that and to perhaps open our doors and to offer the world a place of sanctuary. The parish embraced that thought, and the open door policy, which we enjoy to this day, continues. We simply leave the doors open from dawn until dusk to allow people to come and use this holy space for their private prayers, or for a place just to come and sit and be and relax. One of the things I noticed when I first arrived here was the amount of street drinkers who would frequent the benches that were outside the church. Many people used to complain as they walked past about the mess and the filth that they left, about their chaotic lifestyles, how it impinged on this rather lovely building. And I thought long and hard about how to react and to respond to such criticism. And it seemed that what our brothers and sisters needed with their various addictions and their chaotic lifestyles was a bit of stability. And if God offers anything, he offers us stability, because we know he's always there. So we tried to demonstrate that again in the similar way as we did with the open door policy, of opening our doors to the men and women who found themselves in difficult times. This led to the soup kitchen being opened in our hall next door, and that operates every single day of the week at 7:30 in the evening till 8:30. We offer food, a hot meal, fellowship and friendship to anybody who comes along. I suppose that was really initiated by my discovery one cold November night of somebody I now love and know called Nigel, who was trying to make an igloo out of black refuse bags in the car park to get out of the awful weather that evening. I was due to preach on Romans 12 the next morning about making hospitality your special care and make true friends with the poor. And here was this sort of visual aid for me the night before my sermon. How was I going to deal with that? I couldn't just walk away. It then came to my mind that there was a place I knew that was warm, that was empty, that was sheltered, and it was the church. And so it was decided with the help of another parishioner that we carry Nigel over, and he spent his first night in the church and really began then what has become known as St Mary's Night Shelter. And again, we offer accommodation, albeit a sleeping bag on the church floor, to anybody who finds themselves homeless for however long a period of time. Nigel stayed with us for many years, and he used to sleep largely in the west porch, and it's still known to this day as Nigel's porch. But we managed to get through combat stress. Nigel was in one of the forces. We managed to get some help and some support for him, and with that support he's now gone back home to Wales to be with his family, and he often phones me from home just to assure me that he's not gone off the straight and narrow again. So we have a warm and loving friendship to this day. Also, we had some students come to stay and to ask us about the work that goes on in and around the church, particularly with caring for those in need. And one of the students said to me, "Why? Why do you do it? What does it do for you?" And before I could answer, David came running into the kitchen where we were talking to tell me that he had now been given the keys to his new house, and without the support and the love of the church family here at St Mary's and the few nights where he stayed with us, none of this would be possible. And he threw his arms around my neck and kissed me with a very wet kiss on the cheek. I looked to the student, and the student said, "I think that question's just been answered." There are a number of people who we never see who stay with us for a night or two and carry on their way. There are a number of people who we've helped get into hostel accommodation and perhaps bed-sits accommodation, who still keep in touch with us at church and have become very much part of our church family. Christianity has been practiced here at St Mary's for well over 1,000 years. And during all that time, the church has always been intimately involved in the welfare of those who attend. In earliest times that we know of, King Athelstan came here to seek the prayers of the monks before he went into battle. His success, of course, led to the church being built, and the land was given here, and money was given, and the church was built.
prayers of the monks of St. Erkenborg as they worked in the fields around Wilson. The church in England was small and weak, but there were small groups of believers, and after Atkinson's victory against the Danes, in thanksgiving, he gave the land in 938 for a church to be built here. The spring, at the foot of the hill, became a centre of pilgrimage and prayer. Over the years, thousands of people made their way to Wilston to take the holy water and receive God's blessing. And emphasis was given to Wilston following a vision of Our Lady Mary. And from near and far, pilgrims came to worship and seek healing, rich and poor alike. In the 16th century, it was a risky business going on pilgrimage. Journeying was dangerous. But when King Henry VIII outlawed the shrine and pillaged the church, it became even more dangerous. But still, people came to pray. Even when Thomas Cromwell came to destroy the shrine, he found women and children praying at the feet of Our Lady of Wilson. The shrine was spoiled. The statue of Our Lady was taken away to Chelsea and burnt. Over the centuries, men and women of faith continued to believe and worship here. Priests continued to serve through good times and bad, and there were many more dangerous days to come, including the Civil War. Even then, the church was never closed. We actually have a bullet from that time found lodged in the church door. But even in the darkest days, the prayer never ceased. And so we move on to the beginning of the 20th century, with the arrival of a new parish priest, Father James Dixon.
My dear friends, these are dark and difficult days. War has its horrors, it is true. But let us not lose our heads and our hearts over it. Let us never forget it brings special duties, responsibilities and opportunities for all of us. Let us realise what these mean and do our part. We cannot all go to the front, as our soldiers are doing, but we can all go to the front of the altar and there use one of the most powerful forces, prayer. The church will be open all day for private prayer, and the ambulance will be run 3 times daily calling us to prayer. We must also set to in restoring our shrine, that we may seek the prayers and protection of Our Lady of Wilson, just as people have done for many centuries. May Mary, the Mother of our Lord, pray for you, and may God bless and keep you all. Yours, ever affectionately, Vicar Dixon.
So Vicar Dixon restored the shrine here during the First World War. Later, in 1975, during the time of Father George Oakley, the Black Madonna was commissioned and the shrine reordered. Pilgrims once again returned to Wilston, and all those who had taken the risk of faith were rewarded.
In 1902, Father James Dixon arrived in the parish, and since he was paying for a shrine, he decided to reorder the shrine and to regenerate it and encourage pilgrims to once again join us for the Willesden pilgrimage. And we have dates from 1907 and 1917 where those pilgrimages were a great success, and it really began the work of bringing people back into God's love and opening the church out for the people of his time. The annual pilgrimages continue, of course, to this very day, and people come here to enjoy the riches of the sacraments, particularly Holy Anointing, Holy Communion, the blessings of water which is available after every service and available all day, every day with the open door policy. The church also goes out, not only to the soup kitchen, but to the local people, hospitals, those in need at any time, to take the sacraments with them, the sacraments of communion, of holy oils, of prayer. And all these, the riches of the Catholic faith are available to anybody who asks for them here at St Mary's.